Okay, so hey y'all, it is Mommy Wannabe here with an update. I've been missing for a little minute because I have so been under the weather. My allergies has been kicking my butt, and I just have not had time to sit down and record. So I'm on my lunch break, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I may sound a little nasally or sinusy, but I'm on my lunch break, so I'm going to give you guys an update. So right now, I am in my 2-week wait. I have 5 more days until my cycle is supposed to start, so let's hope that it does not start. This is our second cycle taking Clomid. So, first cycle Clomid did not work for us, obviously, because I'm on to my second cycle, so obviously it did not work for us. So some things that we did differently this cycle. We did not baby dance as much, and also that had to do with me being sick. I just have not had the desire or anything at all. So although I did try to baby dance around ovulation time, it just it didn't happen as often as I wanted it to, or as it should have. So I'm not very hopeful for this cycle. I mean, I'm always hopeful, but I don't think anything is going to happen this cycle, just because I was just under the weather. My body was just so fatigued and just didn't have enough energy for anything. So when my cycle started, this cycle, I don't know if I shared this in my last video, but that was the worst cramps I have ever felt in my entire life. And I put it due to the Clomid, because before taking Clomid, I had awful cramps, but they weren't this awful. Like, I was nauseous. I threw up. It was just so horribly bad. And when I ovulated this time, oh my goodness. It was not as bad as the cramps, but I can definitely tell when the egg was being released from the follicle. Like, it was just no denying it, that was the day that I was, to ovulate, or maybe, a few hours later. So, we did get it in around that time. So, maybe we did catch the egg, but I so felt it on my right side. Last cycle, I felt the ovulation as well, and I ovulated from my left side. I had a scan done for this cycle as well to see how the follicles are growing, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in another video. I just kind of feel like I'm repeating myself, but anyway, when I had my scan done, he did say I have 2 follicles growing on my right side, and it looked like I had 3 growing on my right side, but 2 of them will probably ovulate. And I had 2 trying to grow on my left side, but they weren't going to ovulate. And now, to my understanding from my doctor, my left side is my better side to, ovulate on, because my tubes are free flowing on that side. But on my right side, to my understanding, I have a little bit of blockage. So that's another reason why I'm not, I don't think anything probably happened this month, just because I ovulated from my right side and it was just so painful. I hope it ovulated. And I have another question. When you ladies are taking Clomid, do your doctors bring you in on day 21 to see if in fact you did ovulate? Because my doctor did not recommend that I come in on day 21 to check my blood to see if in fact I did ovulate. So another thing, some other things we're doing differently this month. We are using pre-seed, which we did use a lot this month, but I did not get any EWCM, egg white cervical mucus. I did not get much of that around the time that I ovulated, but this past Friday I had some, and on Saturday I had some, and I also felt like it felt a little crampy down in my right side area. So I'm like, did I ovulate now? Oh, and another thing I want to share with you ladies. Oh my God, I have been ovulating ever since the first time I got a positive, if that makes sense. I started checking on day 5, which was, pointless because, I wasn't ovulating around then. But on day 13, which was not this past Friday, but the Friday before. I can't see a calendar right now, but I started ovulating on that Friday. Checked it Saturday, I was still ovulated. Checked it Sunday, I was still ovulating. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was still ovulating. And it was a positive, because I know some people say that, you know, if the line is not as dark as the test line, it means that it was a negative. But my line was just as dark, if not even darker, than the test line. For like about a week, up until this past Friday, Saturday, I checked it, and it was a very faint line. So, you know, I figure, you know, I'm not ovulating anymore, but I've gotten positives all last week, over the weekend. So I don't know what is up with that. So I did, you know, ask Dr. Google. I Google search, you know, is it okay to ovulate for, you know, so many days? And, you know, some people say, you know, they ovulated and then they found out they were pregnant. Some people said that, you know, it's a sign of PCOS, which I have been told that I have PCOS by a different doctor, but the doctors that I'm seeing now are not convinced that I have PCOS, just because my cycles are so regular. I'm not overweight, I'm not hairy, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I just thought that was so crazy. You know, I was excited to see those positive ovulations for all those days. I'm like, well, maybe I am pregnant, but now it's starting to fade away, and now I'm getting a little bit concerned that, you know, my LH luteinizing whatever phase that I'm going through, or luteinizing, I don't know, you know what I mean, whatever phase I am going through in my cycle, I think is a little bit longer than it should be. So I don't know if that's okay. So I'm going to ask my doctor about that whenever I talk to her next. So what else has been going on? Yeah, we were first using the First Response digital ovulation test, and do not waste your money on that, because that gave me negatives throughout my whole cycle. Every single time I checked it, it was a no. It was a no. And then I used my Answer, the Answers brand, and theirs come with 20 sticks in it. The First Response one that I used came with 20 sticks in it, and the Answer ones that I used came with 20 sticks in it. And the Answer ones is kind of like just, you know, a regular pee on a stick, wait for the line to show up. And the First Response one is a digital one. So the Answer one gave me more accurate, you know, readings. I was glad that I did have that on handy, because I was at first only using the First Response ones, but I kept getting a no. And on the day that I got a no on, I'm like, okay, I know I am ovulated right now. I know I am. So, you know, I went and I got my Answer ones, and that one did tell me yes. So I have been using that one for the longest time. And I'm going to come back and show you guys, you know, the ovulation tests and stuff that I've been using. So I may do that later on tonight when I get home. So I just wanted to come and update you guys on my 2-week wait, you know, what I'm doing. I'm not really doing much. I guess being sick has kind of kept my mind off of thinking about being pregnant. And this week I'm back to work, and we're extremely busy, and we're going on a trip this weekend. So my cycle is supposed to start this weekend. So I don't know. We shall see. Hope you guys have a great Monday, and I think that's all the information that I need to give you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye y'all.